Good afternoon to all of you, or good evening, I could rather say. Uh, as far as the litigation aspect of cyber crimes are concerned, we let me put this very candidly and straightforward that it's complete haywire situation as of now. Courts are not well equipped with the legislation apart from some provisions of IT Act, and the courts used to try different provisions of uh, IPC and other penal laws and the procedure of course with CRPC, and right on the policy level, right on a PIL level rather, we could say, like in high courts and Supreme Court, they are interpreting the law in a broader context in a different perspective. But ultimately the trial court, which will try this all type of cases, do not have an exact idea, and every court is taking the things at their own. We are facing these challenges, and being a trial lawyer myself and doing some cases related to cyber crime, especially originating from social media, we are trying to harmonize various provisions of law to convince to the court that what the challenges are and what remedy we are looking for as a party in that litigation. But at one hand, due to not proper synchronization of legal provisions on one hand, and due to the apathy at the end of investigating agencies, rather law enforcement agencies, the situation is very grim. If I give you a very short illustration, which is a very common these days, everybody must be aware of any of his friend, relative, or from family about the ATM card misuse. Let's, like in an online transaction by credit card or debit card. You go and file a complaint before police. First of all, police will bluntly refuse filing the complaint, right? Even if you are successful in persuading the police, or by filing a representation under 154.3 of CRPC, or by filing 156.3 a complaint before court and the court directs, the investigation is not leading towards any end. I was just taking up a matter, I was just doing a matter with a very senior bank official himself, retired senior citizen also, and retired from a post of a chief general manager. He was defrauded with around 70 lakh rupees of its all gratuity and all that. And we have to run from pillar to post. Matter has been FIR has been lodged. But 2 years down the line, there is no development. Police is saying that they don't have, my economic offense wing of Delhi police, they are saying that they are unable to trace it. So there are a lot of challenges from the courts, from the litigation perspective. From the academic perspective, we keep on reading articles, we keep on hearing seminars, webinars these days. But let me tell you very candidly that on the floor of the court, the situation is very, very grim when it comes to enforcement of your right and protection of your right through the judicial mechanism. Further, it has to be noted that with in recent, like we have seen that these days social media post, howsoever small or irrelevant they might appear at very face value, we have seen that they act as catalyst to instigate rights like situation, crime, many type of crimes, several type of crimes, and law enforcement agencies are not able to control, rather I would say, patrolling of the cyber traffic. There is a huge, I can understand, as a practicing lawyer, I can also understand the challenges being faced by law enforcement agencies. We should not be only criticizing our forces, but we have to strike out a balance that what are the difficulties being faced at their end. We have to understand and appreciate that though every district in right now in India, of course the major cities, they have the special cyber branch, cyber wing, cyber cell, Like in Delhi police, you have a cyber cell. You in Noida, in Ghaziabad, you have. But if you ever visit their office, with all my great respect and regards to them, they are not being trained. Apart from some training being imparted on special branches like a special cell, like crime branch, like CBI, like NIA, you know, or ED, these which are taking care of the high stake matters, normally in concerning national security or financial crimes matter. But for petty things, small things, which for government or law enforcement agency it might be a very small thing, but God forbid if any one of us is being defrauded with his or her hard-earned money, and then he has or she has to run from pillar to post for justice, and at end of the day, if we do not get that justice, then we can understand the pain and agony, right? Problem is that apart from the financial aspect, like I was going through the topic, and it is of course very good, and I must congratulate the organizers for bringing all these people together, including me, so that we could share the ideas and discussions that what is actually needed and what could be the probable solution. See, if we identify the problem into four broader perspective, just for the sake of discussion, we have from the law enforcement agencies perspective, we have to see from a strength, weakness, opportunities and threats. I was going through one article being published in Indian Police Journal, wherein one of a reputed police officer of our force has outlined the challenges from the practical purposes. Now, we have to see that there is a crime like human trafficking, like arms and drugs trading, impersonation, phishing, identity threat, cyber stalking, bullying, online harassment. Like we have also, we on daily basis on social media, like in Facebook or Twitter, we keep on saying advertisement for the sale of the restricted or prohibited items like contraband items. We have seen post which tends to instigate feelings of hatred for organizing terrorist activities, for waging war against the nation, selection of targets of victims, social engineering type of things, apart, though it could be a positive or negative both side. Spreading fake and hate news is a very, very common thing these days. Frauds, libels, defamations, hacking, and even a very unfortunate part that we are saying that sex offenses are being also these social media platforms are being used. Now, the law enforcement agencies, there we understand that for normal crime, there is a police station concerning a zone or an area, and if any crime is being reported, the concerned police station acts on it. Now, what is happening in social media, that there is a heavy web traffic, heavy influx of information. You see one fake news and you will see thousands of retweets. Now, it is impossible, almost rather, I would say that it is almost impossible to trace all and everyone involved in such a crime. Now, what the law enforcement agencies are doing? Now, these days, a positive development is that, as you would all have seen, that almost all major district police departments have their own Facebook handle and their own verified Twitter handle. I'm just confining with social media, these two things, Twitter and Facebook. Now, you would have seen that even in this lockdown, after Janta curfew, there were multiple people although with some verified handles, who were peddling fake news, and of course, let aside the hatred and hate mongering. Police using Mr. Gulati, I am sorry. I think that there is certain, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, please. Mr. Gulati, yeah. I'm sorry, but I think that there is certain network issue and you're not properly audible to me at least. Yes, perfect. Yeah.